Hi guys, welcome! Today, let's talk about the latest hero class Morroc. In this video, I'll share to you the things that you need to know about him. But before we start, I want you to know that this information came from my personal test and playing around with this class. I may be wrong at some point. Alright, with that said, without further ado, let's begin. First, let's talk about his stats. Due to his passive skill Demon King's Will, our stat distribution looks like this. Prioritizing Int and Vit, and then the rest to Dex and Luck. Why Luck? It's because of our build. As you can see, it's a mix of tank gears and CC gears. Yes, CC gears. It's because we want to maximize the core passive skill. In my test, this heals more damage than your standard M-Pen magic attack gears. In this build, we have Burn, Bleed, Curse, Stun, Sleep, and Poison. The Luck stat boosts our chance to poison our target. That's already 6, plus the 3 other skills that are considered as CCs. Not to mention the other CCs that we can apply because of Demon King's courtesy. Aside from CCs, I want to point out the skill cooldown reduction offhand. Why skill cooldown reduction? It's because you want to hasten the cooldown of Dark Knight Storm. With the help of this offhand, we can spam the skill more often. If we can spam it more often, we can easily trigger the true damage explosion. Next, please take a look at our armor card. Our armor card is Argiope, because we need something to reduce the dark damage taken when the enemy is under Dark Knight Shroud. As you can see, this skill converts the attacks of the enemies above the field to dark, and combo with Eternal Dark Shield, we can gain a shield whenever we take dark damage. However, Eternal Dark Shield doesn't say that the generated shield will also absorb incoming dark damage, meaning, when we are hit by dark damage, our main HP will deplete while gaining a shield. So, to counter that, we need Argiope to lessen our dark damage taken. At the same time, our HP regen will help us sustain the damage, making us tanky. Now, why Argiope instead of Battery card? It's because in the current meta, Elinia is a staple DPS, and she can convert her attacks to Holy. Meaning, when you are hit by Elinia with Holy Attribute, you will receive ×2 damage if you are wearing Battery, instead of times 1.25 damage when wearing Argiope. Next, for both accessories, I'm using Queen's Gloves to avoid long casting when under casting debuff. I will not discuss the other gears since they are just your tank gears to counter Elinia, and the cards that I did not mention can be changed depending on what you have. For the shadow equipment, you can freely use the shadow equipment used by supports, or magic equipment focused on M-Pen, MDI, and magic attack. But I will strongly recommend to get a tier 5 Helium bracelet so you can easily tank or sustain incoming damage. As for Oracle Extract, the best in slot for attack is the M-Pen stick, and for defense is still Meteorite Armor. Lastly, for Relic, you can use Lord of Vain for more damage, True Sight Relic for positioning, or Spiritual Blade to counter enemy Morroc or Elinia in Harvester. Speaking of counter, Morroc can be easily countered by: first, avoid being CC'd, meaning you need to have high resist or use Alien Fallen Angeling. That's why Alien Fallen Angeling is very important now, because it prevents you from CCs when your HP is above 80%. And when you have LMX Shield, Alien Tier 5, and Wasteland Lord Star card, you're pretty much immune to all CCs. Of course, we still need resist to counter those cards or gears that can bypass immunity. Second, wear Argeope card. This is the only way to drastically reduce Morroc's damage. Since Morroc's attack element is dark, hitting a poison element will reduce its damage by 75%. And lastly, if you have the budget, get Spiritual Blade Relic. Spiritual Blade Relic reduces HP loss damage taken by half. And Morroc's main damage is HP loss, so yeah, you will only take half of Morroc's HP loss damage. Before we end, I'll share to you the recommended arcane runes that we can use. First is Disaster Rune, for more CC attack. Since we heavily rely on CC attacks to increase our damage, this rune is a must. Second is Bloody Rune for more HP loss damage. Since our main damage is HP loss, this rune will definitely help burst our targets. And lastly, Spirit Rune for infinite SP. During my test, I always ran out of SP, and someone recommended this rune to solve the problem. Honestly, without this rune, you will easily run out of SP. As for skill runes, you only need 2 runes to have high first line. First is Demon King's Arrival. Having a high first line raises your survivability and gives you more time to deal damage without losing HP. And second is Demon's Array. This will help us apply CCs, especially when your targets are standing on your ally Jormungandr's field. Alright, that's it for now. Hope you learned something new today about this new hero class. Again, disclaimer. This is just from my personal observation, testing, and research. Also, I did my testing in an FOFP environment, so damage may differ in an actual Magic Prison match. Why FOFP? Because my core passive skill is just level 6, and in FOFP, it will become level 7 as long as the missing second line rune is equipped. Again, that's it for now. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.